everybody. I almost went to bed again without doing the IRS Dirty Dozen scam, and today's scam is scam number 5. So scam number 5 is all about what we call ghost preparers. So a ghost preparer is someone who prepares tax returns for money, but they don't sign the tax returns. So typically when you hire someone to prepare your tax return, they will put their name on the second page of the return at the bottom, along with their prepared tax ID number, the name of their credential, the name of their company that they work for if they have their own business, their address, their phone number. That's how we take responsibility for the return, and we sign the return under what we call penalties of perjury. So essentially saying, hey, everything about this return is accurate to my knowledge, based on what was provided. That's essentially what it says, more or less. People that are ghost providers, they don't do that. What they do is they bring in unsuspecting customers who may not know this. They will prepare their tax returns like a typical tax professional would do. And what they will also do is they will add things to the tax return that they know are fraudulent, because ghost preparers tend to more so focus on getting their customers refunds by any means necessary. So that means if you don't have charitable contributions, they will add charitable contributions if that means you're going to get a refund. If you don't have a business, they'll add a business and fake expenses and different things. And then the customer, most of the time, they don't care. They don't even know. All they know is that they got a refund and will accept the return as is. These people typically don't review the returns with you. And most importantly, guess what's on the second page of the tax return at the bottom? It says self-prepared. And so that's how they scam you. They get your money. They usually charge really exorbitant fees. I've seen $800 for what I would consider a basic return, so a simple tax return. They would charge something like $800. But on the second page of the return, where on my clients' returns, you would see my name, you'd see my CPA credential. On their returns, they would actually have the word self-prepared at the bottom. And so from a tax perspective, when the IRS receives a return that says self-prepared, that is the same thing as you having prepared it. So when they do catch the fraudulent deductions and credits, which they often do, you don't have a leg to stand on. You can't say, oh, well, I paid so-and-so to do my taxes. It's not going to matter because the return says self-prepared. So that means that you did it. So what can you do to avoid getting caught up with the ghost preparer? So first, you want to be careful who you hire to prepare your tax returns. There are a lot of people that pop up during tax season that claim that they quote unquote do taxes. They have very attractive offers. Sometimes I see it on social media. They'll make promises about things that they really can't promise, like they'll guarantee a refund or a certain credit, or certain things on the return. Reputable tax preparers know that we can't guarantee an outcome, and I can't charge you based on the outcome. I can't guarantee the outcome. The only thing I can do is guarantee that I will complete a return accurately based on the information you provided and apply the tax law correctly. But people who are ghost preparers, they will sell you the moon and the stars because they know that at the end of the day, that return is going to say self-prepared at the end. So you want to be mindful of who you select. Don't get caught up with all the advertisements and the glitz and glamour of what people are suggesting. But at the end of the process, before you let them file the return, I want you to ask them to review the return with you. You need to check every number and make sure that you agree. If you know you didn't have $20,000 in donations to some random church, then don't let them put that on your return. Also, make them explain to you how they arrived at the refund. And most importantly, make sure that when you sign the return, that you see that person's name on the return on the second page and on Form 8879. And if you do that, then you are protecting yourself, because you want a tax preparer who is going to stand by their work, not someone who's going to throw anything they want on the return and then leave you holding the bag if the IRS calls you about that. So, anywho, have you all ever heard of that? Ghost preparers? Be careful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to comment below and like and share. Have a good day. Bye.